Hey everybody, Two here with Where to Next. And we're here at New Mirch, and I've got the owner here, Miss Monica. And Monica's going to share a little bit with us about this wonderful, fabulous restaurant. I just enjoyed an absolutely incredible Indian cuisine buffet here. It's a must check out. Monica, welcome, welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about your restaurant? When did it get started? How did it get started?
Started back in 1989. I had two young children at home, a son and a daughter. And my husband said to me, "Are you just going to stay home and do nothing? We need the extra income. We have two children and we're going to have to pay for the college. So what are you going to do?" And I said, "Well, I like cooking. I love for people to come to our house and entertain and feed them good food." So he goes, "Oh, okay. Then how about an Indian restaurant? Great idea." And that
Here
was
we
the
are.
beginning.
Awesome, awesome.
That was the beginning.
All right, and that was 1989,
That was
right? And here we are in 2023, and they're going still very, very strong here. I saw how quickly the restaurant filled up during this whole buffet dining experience here on this lovely Sunday. We're going to check out this pizza. Okay, ooh. All right, let's try this. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Delicious. Checking out here the buffet. Very crispy jalapeno here. Samosas. Done. Monica, how did you get into cooking? Got you to a point where you have this fabulous restaurant.
Cooking is amazing in a way that it's part science and part art. So when both those things work together, the result is awesome. One thing that's always exciting to me is in Indian cooking we use a number of spices, and each spice has a different impact on the end result. So when they work well together and you have a dish that tastes awesome, where you put a spoonful in your mouth and different parts of your tongue, different parts tells you that you're eating something and it's different. That's the excitement of cooking.
Yes.
That's the reason I cook.
Yes.
And once you make that, and then when people eat it, they put first bite in their mouth. And usually, a lot of times I watch people, I stand back and I watch when they take the first bite, and involuntarily their head shakes. Like that's what I am looking for. Okay, when people are eating the food, that tells me that they like something.
Yes, and I can tell you guys, there's so many varieties in the buffet offering here that I tried today. You definitely want to make sure that when you load up your plates, because you always can go back for some more, to make sure that you individually try the different dishes and really take in the unique flavors of each of the dishes. So tell me, when did you start cooking it? Did you learn from mom, grandma? When did you start cooking, or
I've been,
all your life?
when I reflect, I've always been, and because there was other things I remember way back when I maybe 6, 7 year old. I was watching my grandmother do cooking, certain things that she did, and those things, hearing now that people do it, you know, my grandmother, this is something very simple. My grandmother used to love smoking the meats and the lentils. So she taught me actually how to smoke,
Okay.
new techniques, which I am learning now that people are talking about, and which I knew about it when I was 7 years old.
Wow, that is very interesting. Start at a very, very young age and just
Very
do your
much.
passion young.
Yes, I knew it from since then. I watched everything, absorbed things, and stay committed to my memory.
Wonderful, wonderful. She's got a lot of experience here, a lot of passion. So that really shows you're out here and having this wonderful dining experience. Absolutely beautiful, spectacular venue. And the food is, oh my goodness, delicious. Can you tell me a little bit about what you offer on your buffet? How many items are on your buffet, and what can we find on the buffet?
Gotta be 30 plus items,
Okay.
and our focus is always to offer different flavors and different textures on the buffet. Most of the dishes are flavorful, which means that we use a lot of different spices. However, like 90% is not hot. So there are 3 or 4 things that will be on the buffet that are hot, like chili pepper hot, one kind or another kind, but the rest is all good flavors.
Okay.
We want people to experience different flavors and textures. I personally, I like things where I can taste the salt, the sweet, the sour, a little heat, and then the textures meaning crunchy, softer, even different levels of crunch. The different items give different crunch. So I also like to try different levels of crunch, the textures. So to me, that's more fun and more enjoyable experience.
Let's talk a little bit about your community engagement.
We have over the years, pretty much every year, have done a lot during, like in the Indian community, during the celebration, the Sarah celebration or Diwali, we have done caterings for them. We have donated tea and samosas. During Thanksgiving and Christmas, we will send food to the police department and the fire department in the city of Webster. Also, the Houston police variable in that. So we like to share our food, and we want to be. We thank them for all the volunteers that work at the fire department and the police department who help the people.
Can you tell me about the regions of India that the food comes from? Or?
Well, most of the food, our menu is from north of India. So if you were in New Delhi and were walking around and trying different restaurants or at home, this is the kind of food you will find. But we do have some dishes from the west of India as well as some from the south of India. My favorite story is there was one of our long-time customers. She went to India and she was sitting in dining in Moti Mahal in New Delhi, and she said every bite she took, and she said, "Oh my God, this tastes just like Mirch."
Wonderful, wonderful. So the recipes are passed down from generations?
Some of them are passed down, some of them are developed as we are going along, trying to meet the customer demands. Because years ago, no one knew about celiac disease. People didn't want gluten-free or vegan. It wasn't popular, or people didn't know about it. And more so now, a lot of the recipes can be modified to, if someone wants, say, originally, for example, the masala recipe was for a lot of dairy and tomatoes. That's how it's cooked. That's the recipe. But if someone likes that flavor but want to do vegan, we can actually do that. And instead of using cream or yogurt, use coconut milk and coconut cream. So that this way we can, make sure that they are happy and we can do. So although the recipes have been passed out, but they have been modified to meet the customer needs. If this is their need, that's what they want. We are able to do that.
Flexible. Okay.
Uh, and this thought process actually comes from knowing that my family members, some of them actually don't want to eat eggs. So, because of the allergy issue, one of my nephews can't have nuts. Uh, you know, so he has an issue with that. So we understand, like if someone is suffering from that situation, it can be horrendous for them. So we understand the health, issues that they can have if they do not follow their instructions, because it's happened, with our own family. So we are very particular. We are very careful when someone tells us that they're allergic to something. So we want to make sure that we follow the instructions.
Yes, and I was dining with a friend today that she's vegan, so she was actually able to find many options for her as well today. I notice a lot of families when I look around. A lot of big families like to come in and enjoy the buffet. Can you tell me about some of your other typical type of clientele that come to the restaurant? All kinds.
We get all age groups, we get all ethnicities trying our food, and more people are liking it. They're getting used to it. And one thing about the spices and the flavors is that once you get used to the flavors, your body actually wants those tastes. So you just want to stay away from just salt and pepper and seasoning. You want more. So, and then also many people are learning the health benefits of the different spices. Say cinnamon, cloves, ginger, things like that, which are used. Turmeric, which is also used. We use it happily in all our dishes.
Yes.
People are learning that how good those spices are and trying to incorporate that in your daily diet is a must. And so people enjoy it for that reason as well.
Awesome. What do you offer in terms of your catering services?
Our menu goes as far as your imagination. So then a lot of times people will come up and say, well, we want this, can you make it? And we do it. For example, we just did a yoga event. It's called NASI, N-A-S-I, at the Delta. We did breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 5 days for them. It was all vegetarian. So, but we changed it up. So whereas one day we did like idli sambar, and another day we did like the dosa, and another day we did like a pasta salad, another day we did like an eggplant. So what I'm saying is we leave it up to you with what you want to serve. You can devise the recipes you need to do that.
All right.
So they had salad one day, and they wanted us to do the egg-free dressing because most of the dressings have eggs in them.
Oh.
Which we did.
Okay. That's wonderful to have the flexibility, to cater to your customers' needs.
And our insistence is based on meeting the needs of the other person. It's like a relationship. The relationship exists between us and the guest as long as we can meet their need and we can meet their expectations. We are able to exist. The day we stop meeting the needs and their expectations, we will be no more. We understand that.
Yes.
It's a simple thing, but we
Now, we know in Houston, being one of the largest city here in America, there are just lots and lots of restaurant options when it comes to restaurants around Houston and the surrounding areas. And I can tell you, to visit a wonderful Indian cuisine restaurant like Mirch and see it totally fill up very quickly during a lunchtime for their spectacular buffet, for instance, today. And I've actually been here as well in the dinner time, and beautiful ambiance as well in the evening and of course, wonderful dishes to choose from their menu and all. So I highly recommend you guys come on out and check out New Mirch here.
And everything is made from scratch. So, for example, we serve tamarind chutney. Okay, and the tamarind chutney, what we do is, I'll just go through the process. Is you buy the tamarind slabs, you remove the pulp, you cook it with spices, and voila, you got the chutney. The other item I would say is we have dosa, so which is rice and lentil crepes that we make here. They are gluten free. They can also be ordered vegan, and the process on that is also very simple. We take rice and lentils, soak it overnight, grind it, make a paste, fix it. So let it ferment on its own. So which normally takes anywhere from 18, depending on the heat, how hot it is in the kitchen, 18 to 28 hours. And after that, it's ready to be cooked. So when we make the dosa, it has that sourdough kind of scent to it when you're cooking it. So homemade, yes. Make everything, pretty much we start off with, if it is lentil based and vegetables, whatever we have, it's cut and chop and cook right here. A lot of times I sit back and when I am planning the menu or wanting to offer something different, I usually sit back and think, what is it that I really enjoyed as a kid? What was fun for me? So I remember my grandmother would make a sweet bread, a fried bread. And what she would do is take the whole wheat flour, make it dough with molasses, and let it sit and let it ferment. So after the fermentation process happened, she would add spices to it, predominantly fennel, and then she would make the dough and fry the bread. And as a kid, I just loved it. So we made it, one day, and we offered it to people, and they were like, initially they were a little reluctant to try it because the coloring wasn't there. It was brown because of the molasses. It was really dark red. But once they took the bite, and now they're asking when we will be making it again. But initially it wasn't a good response. They were like, what is this? It didn't look appetizing in the sense that what they were looking for in a bread. It wasn't so, but after the flavors, it's a hit.
Keep an open mind, huh?
Yes.
Okay. When I was in here for dinner one night, I remember the food is not only quite very, very tasty, but also the portions are very, very generous.
For example, we have done in the past during the month of May. We do tacos, and one of the reasons we started doing tacos was many of our guests had mentioned that they like eating tacos, but they don't like to go to Mexican restaurants because they use lard in their dough or the tortilla. So listening to the guests, we said, okay, why don't we do that? And we actually made tacos that were vegan as well. So we did like jackfruit tacos, tofu tacos, and then other one is like if you're vegetarian, then we can do paneer tacos, and all the tortillas were homemade from scratch, and they were vegan. So that was like for May, and then every month we have something, what we call is a limited time offer. So like for October, we are doing dum biryani, which is kind of layered with meat and rice. Bunch of spices. It's like 30 spices in it. And then further, it is topped with dough and baked. So all the flavors, all the different spices come right through. And it's an amazing dish. It's a simple dish, but it's very amazing. It's like plays on your senses.
Yes.
The smell and the sight just works very well. The other thing we have right now is the pumpkin curry. It was so for that one we actually the process is, so we take the chicken breast, marinate it for like at least for logs after it's marinated. It's wilted, kind of baked, and then after that we cook it further in the pumpkin sauce. It's just pumpkin with spices. That's we are doing it for October. I believe come November we will do something with like turkey samosas with cranberry chutney, something along those lines. Then December will be back with the mushroom pig curry that we will be doing. So we do things and we like to keep ourselves excited.
Yes.
Basically, we get bored with eating the same thing.
Wow, that all sounds mighty, mighty yummy.
Well, this is a family restaurant, and as a family member, my job, I feel, is always try and figure out how I can please each member of my family. And I have grandchildren, and I know they love pizza and creamy spaghetti. So with that thought process, we do have pizza on the menu and creamy spaghetti, which my grandkids love, and I'm sure you like it too.
Namaste.